And good luck finding. So let that little glitch fall away as you bring your attention to yourself in your position in your seat. Come right into your body and see if you can just be present to what is there in this moment. You probably feel some sense of vibration or energetic movement after the exercises. So just notice that. And if you can, bring your eyes, let your eyelids slowly flutter down gently, and just sense your eyes behind the eyelids as you go inward. Sense the feet touching the floor or the earth, being held, and you're steady and strong like an oak tree. Your feet are the roots, burrowing into the earth, being nourished. Your legs and your torso, the trunk. Your sit bones in contact with the chair. Your pelvis and the hips widen. The hands resting on the thighs, either palms up or palms down, or in a mudra if you prefer. The elbows and forearms relaxed. The chest and the belly soft, soften. The shoulders release down. The shoulder blades slide down the back. The space between your ears and your shoulders gets longer as the crown of your head reaches toward the sky. And you might imagine that you have a little string attached to the crown of your head. And it's a sparkly string stretching up to your very own star. And it's a sense, the sense that we want is this sense of uprightness in the back, mountain-like dignity, but the front body just slightly softer. That's where the breath comes in and out. Well, the breath comes in and out everywhere, but that's where we feel it for the purpose of meditation. And so you sense like a looseness, but an alertness, this dangling in space. Allow your forehead to relax. Let the creases go. The cheekbones, let them relax. The jaw, soften the jaw. Feel the tongue on the floor of your mouth. And slowly bring your attention to the breath coming in and out of the body. And in our practice, we breathe through the nose. There's nothing to change, nothing to alter. Just notice the breath traveling in the nose and out. And focus there. Focus on the sense, the sensation of the air traveling in the nostrils and out. And it's okay to use the phrase in the beginning of practice, breathing in, I know I'm breathing in. Breathing out, I know I'm breathing out. Or simply in and out. And in and out. And allow whatever thoughts arise to arise and just simply return to your breath. Whatever sensations are going on, notice them, be aware, and return to the breath. One of my go-to definitions for mindfulness meditation is paying attention on purpose without judgment. Simply pure awareness. So in this first part of practice, see if you can sense, who did you bring here today? Who is in that body? Who is sitting in this chair? What's going on in that person's mind? And see if, as we move into our practice for today, which is continuing equanimity, see if you can, with just very non-reactive way, notice that person. Pay attention without judgment. Just notice. It's sort of the quality, as we talked about last practice, of impartiality. No discrimination toward yourself. Just noticing. Your feelings, your thoughts, sensations, and continue to return to the breath. Every time something pulls you away, just simply remind yourself, breathing in, I know I'm breathing in. Breathing out, I know I'm breathing out. Just let my words float over you as you continue to practice. We revisit equanimity. This is going to be our practice of learning how to be non-reactive. That doesn't mean indifferent at all. Equanimity is a very refined state. It's being able to have an open mind that's impartial, that's non-reactive. Feelings are often very reactive oriented. We feel something and already our thoughts are wildly running off. We see something and we're thinking, we're already judging. We read something, we get angry. So the quality is this kind of idea that I've thought about very deeply. And it's this idea of the world and life and people and yourself just as is. Nothing to do, nothing to change. Just noticing what is present. So the phrase that I taught you is, I or you can say it either way, first person to yourself or to everyone else. I am the heir, H-E-I-R, to my own karma or actions. Karma is action. My happiness or unhappiness depend on my actions, not on my wishes. So I'll say it again a few times. I am the heir to my own karma. My happiness or unhappiness depend upon my actions, not upon my wishes. So we're going to think about this. I'm going to say it again. And I want you to call to mind, if you can, someone in your life for whom you can be, without any effort at all, impartial. If there exists that person in your life, and maybe it could be a pet, someone preferably that's impartial. And repeat again, you are the heir to your own actions. Your happiness or unhappiness depend on your actions, not on my wishes. So as you call up this person, being, situation that's impartial, reflect on that. With non-reactivity, without judgment, with an open mind and an open heart. And always, if you get stuck or if it feels not comfortable, you simply return to your breath in and out of the nostrils. So go ahead and practice. Now bring to mind somebody who might have been a benefactor to you or a supporter or someone who's been there for you. And call that person to mind and repeat the phrase, you are the heir to your own actions. Your happiness or unhappiness depend on your actions, not on my wishes. And stay with that for a little bit. If that is difficult to call up, perhaps think about maybe a pet or somebody in your life that is neutral. Still find somebody that's neutral, a different person. You are the heir to your own actions. Your happiness or unhappiness depend on your actions, not on my wishes. Continue to explore the idea of being completely impartial, just seeing this being as is. No judgments, no criticisms, no shoulda, woulda, couldas, no if onlys. They are just the heir to their own actions, and their happiness or unhappiness depend on their actions, not on my wishes. we're going to try 2 more directions today. The first one is to call up somebody who is difficult in your life. And see if we can practice equanimity. You are the heir to your own actions. Your happiness or unhappiness depend on your actions, not on my wishes. And just see if in this vein you can stay impartial. You can stay non-reactive, non-judgmental. You're not discriminating one way or another. You're just simply being aware and noticing equanimously. And now see if you can let that person go. And we're going to direct this idea of being equanimous to ourselves. I am the heir to my own actions or karma. My happiness or unhappiness depend on my actions, not on my wishes. I am the heir to my own karma. My happiness or unhappiness depend on my actions, not on my wishes. See if you can be non-judgmental, open-hearted, even, impartial, non-discriminatory toward yourself. Just noticing you as is, observing that person without judgment. You might remind yourself that this quality is not about being indifferent or detaching, not caring. It's not about that. It's just about acceptance, the as is. This is how I am in this moment. And that will change, of course. As Buddha says, nothing stays the same, everything changes. So we are what we find in this moment. So as we come toward the end of practice today, remember that this idea, this practice of becoming equanimous, this quality of mind, this state of mind, is to touch the idea of no preference, of impartiality, of not leaning toward one thing or another thing or being pulled. It's simply acquiring the idea of openness, just being here now. That's the title of Ram Dass's book, Be Here Now, aware of this moment in time, which is all we have anyway. So as you explore this and perhaps practice during the week, show yourself some gratitude and some generosity of spirit, whatever you find. And we always end by thanking our minds and bodies for what they offered us today. And treasure the stillness that you were able to achieve, however much or little. Even if it was just one breath of presence without judgment. And honor your spirit for its willingness. And we will end with a simple metta. When I watched the wonderful speech that the Buddhist priests who marched finished with, there were several speeches, and I recommend that you listen to them all, but he was so clear and so simple, and he just said, it's about peace. May I be filled with peace. May all beings be filled with peace. May all beings experience the ease and grace of peacefulness. May all beings be free from suffering. May I be free from suffering. And may I be happy, and all beings be happy. So when you hear the sound of the bells, I wait just a hair longer to turn off the recording so you can relish these moments, this sacred moment that you've shown up for yourself. And we will honor this and yourself, as you know you can take this with you into your day, your week. Many blessings and namaste.